If you want a sporty Jaguar XE, you could spend £150,000 on the XE SV Project 8. That's got a supercharged V8 engine, 600 brake horsepower, and if you prefer, no rear seats. Or you could buy one of the comparatively sensible P300 models. They start at £39,415 and have half the power of the Project 8. This one is an HSE R-Dynamic with all the bells and whistles. Before we go any further, have you subscribed to the CarGurus YouTube channel yet? We post new and used car reviews, helping you to work out which car is right for you. Go on, tap that subscribe button. Unusually for a small executive saloon car, the XE is built around an aluminium structure, lighter than steel. That benefits fuel consumption, handling, and even ride quality. All P300 Jaguar XEs use 4-cylinder turbocharged petrol engines with 296 brake horsepower. They also all have 4-wheel drive and 8-speed automatic gearboxes. This car's closest competitor is the 322 brake horsepower BMW 340iM Sport, which also starts at around £40,000. There are several different versions of the P300 XE. Some are sportier than others, some more affordable. This HSE R-Dynamic is not the most athletic in the lineup, but it is the most luxurious. It starts at £45,835. R-Dynamic trim adds a more assertive looking body kit, sport seats and a leather steering wheel. Meanwhile, HSE, that adds keyless entry, an 11-speaker Meridian Hi-Fi and various driver assistance systems as well. That's on top of stuff like Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, SatNav, traffic sign recognition and cruise control, all of which come as standard equipment on models lower down the range. The XE has been facelifted, and that included lots of upgrades for the interior, helping to disguise the age of a car first shown in 2014. However, if you compare this cabin to that of a Mercedes C-Class or a BMW 3 Series, it is a little bit underwhelming. The basic dashboard design just looks a little bit clunky. Nonetheless, there are some interesting features, like these rotary heater controls, which you pull out to adjust fan speed and push in to adjust seat heating and ventilation, or rotate to change the temperature setting. A bit complicated perhaps, but certainly novel. This second digital screen is good as well, if not as well integrated as the similar secondary screens you'll find in newer Jaguar Land Rover products. The £1,470 technology pack is worth considering. It includes wireless phone charging, a head-up display and the ClearSight rear-view mirror, which doubles up as a rear-view camera display, handy if you've got passengers in the back seats. The interior quality is mostly good, although this dashboard leather just feels and looks a little bit thin and cheap. However, the infotainment system is really good. It's finally up to scratch. There is lots of adjustability to the seating position, so you can get nice and low for a sporty seating position. But the big issue with this car's cockpit is rear seat space. Passengers behind a 6-foot-tall driver are going to feel very short, both on head and legroom. Now on to the most important thing, what this XE is actually like to drive. Now, one of the first things you notice is that the ride quality is very good. This particular car is on optional 20-inch wheels, so they're big wheels, they look fantastic, but still the ride quality is very good. It's not super plush and super cushioned like you would expect from a limousine. It's controlled, but it's smooth, it's comfortable, it's just very impressive chassis engineering. Otherwise, the car's really easy to drive, light steering, good visibility, smooth automatic gearbox, and it's refined and comfortable on the motorway as well, apart from some pronounced tyre roar. A true Jaguar should be great to drive along an open road, not only refined and luxurious. That really is one of this car's ace cards. It's really good to drive, right up there with the best in class in fact. It's got a really good natural balance, really excellent body control. The steering is super accurate with a really natural rate of response as well. Maybe not bundles of feel, but that doesn't matter so much. It's just a very well-controlled, intuitive car to hoof along a B road. Very impressive. If you are going to hoof it along a B road, of course, you'll probably stick it into dynamic mode using this switch down here, and the car begins to respond and behave like a sports saloon. The 2-litre 4-cylinder turbocharged petrol engine develops 296 brake horsepower and 295 pound-foot of torque. 62 miles per hour comes by in 5.7 seconds, while the top speed is 155. The engine is good, excellent throttle response, full of energy, plenty of power and torque. It's just not particularly characterful, which frankly isn't a big deal. The 8-speed automatic gearbox, also very good, smooth. It's very refined in automatic mode, and then when you stick it into manual mode and take control using the paddles here, it's responsive and it's obedient. It's not as snappy as a dual clutch transmission, but for this sort of car, it works really well. Jaguar says you'll get between 30 and 33 miles per gallon, which is okay given the performance, but if you're stepping out of a diesel, that might come as a bit of a shock. Now 5 years old, should the XE still be on your shopping list? That really depends on what's important to you in a small executive saloon car. The truth is, the BMW 3 Series, the Audi A4 and the Mercedes C-Class, they all feel like more modern cars. However, if you really care about the driving experience, the XE P300 really does deserve your consideration. It's comfortable, it's luxurious, it looks great, and it's fun to drive. Thank you very much for watching. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel, please comment below. And remember, CarGurus.co.uk is where you will find a great deal on your next car from a top-rated dealer.